You're crouched in the rafters of a warlord's palace at 2 a.m., covered in someone else's blood, eating cold rice balls because you haven't had a proper meal in 3 days. Below you, guards patrol with torches. One wrong move, one sneeze, one creak of wood, and you're dead. Your target is asleep 3 rooms away. You've been waiting for 6 hours. This is not romantic. This is not cool. Your knees hurt, you need to pee, and there's a spider crawling up your leg that you can't swat because the movement might give you away. Welcome to your life as a shinobi, a ninja. And literally everything you think you know about this job is wrong. No, you can't disappear in a puff of smoke. No, you don't wear all black. And no, you're definitely not doing backflips off walls while yelling about honor and friendship. You're a spy, a saboteur, an assassin, and a professional liar. And in Feudal Japan, you're barely considered human. This is your life as a ninja. Let's separate the myth from the reality. First, let's kill the origin story you're imagining. You weren't recruited by a mysterious master who saw your potential. There was no ancient scroll, no chosen one prophecy. You were born into this. Most shinobi came from specific regions, Iga and Koga provinces, where entire communities practiced these arts. Your father was a ninja. His father was a ninja. This is the family business, except the business is corporate espionage with a body count. Training started when you were about 5 or 6. While other kids were learning to farm, you were learning how to move silently, how to pick locks, how to identify poisons, how to forge documents, how to lie convincingly, how to kill quietly. It wasn't mystical, it was practical. Your instructors weren't wise sages. They were professionals teaching you a dangerous trade. You learned to read and write, which already puts you ahead of most peasants. You studied chemistry, for explosives and poisons, medicine, to keep yourself alive, astronomy, for navigation, and psychology, to manipulate targets. You were basically getting a liberal arts education focused entirely on how to ruin someone's day without being caught. And the physical training? Brutal. Swimming for hours while carrying weights, running up mountains, learning to hold your breath underwater for inhuman amounts of time, conditioning your body to survive on minimal food and sleep. By the time you're 20, you're not a superhero. You're just deeply, chronically exhausted and really good at your job. Here's what you actually do as a shinobi, and it's way less exciting than the movies suggested. Intelligence gathering, 90% of your job. You're a spy. That's it. That's the job. You infiltrate enemy territory disguised as a merchant, a monk, an entertainer, or a peasant. You blend in. You listen. You watch. You take notes on troop movements, supply lines, castle layouts, guard rotations. You spend weeks, sometimes months, living as someone else. You can't break character. Ever. One slip and you're tortured for information, then executed as a spy. The stress is incredible. You're constantly performing. You can't trust anyone. You can't relax. You're sleeping in enemy territory, surrounded by people who would kill you if they knew who you really were. Sabotage. Sometimes you're there to cause problems. Poison the water supply. Not enough to kill, just enough to make an army sick before battle. Start fires in weapon stores. Spread false information. Create chaos. You once spent 2 weeks befriending a castle guard just so you could convince him his commander was planning to betray the Lord. You destroyed that man's career and possibly got him executed. And you felt nothing, because feeling things gets you killed. Assassination. Your least favorite part. This is what everyone thinks ninja do. And yes, sometimes you do it. But it's not dramatic. You don't fight your target honorably. You don't announce yourself. You don't have a cool one-liner prepared. You put poison in their tea 3 days ago, and you're already 2 provinces away when they finally die. Or, you waited in their room for 6 hours and cut their throat while they slept. Or, you sabotaged their saddle so their horse threw them off a cliff and it looked like an accident. It's not honorable. It's not glorious. It's just work. And it stains you. Every target. Every death. You tell yourself they were bad people, that they deserved it. that you're just following orders. But you still see their faces when you try to sleep. Let's talk about your actual equipment, because Hollywood lied about this too. You don't wear black. Black stands out at night. It's too dark. You wear dark blue or dark brown, colors that blend with shadows without screaming, "I'm clearly up to something." Your outfit isn't a ninja uniform. It's regular clothes that let you move freely. Sometimes you wear armor under your clothing. Sometimes you dress like a farmer. You adapt to the situation. Your weapons are practical, not flashy. Kunai, not a throwing knife. It's a gardening tool that can also stab people. Multi-purpose. Practical. Shuriken. You do carry these, but they're not killing weapons. They're distractions. You throw them to make guards look the wrong way while you slip past. Katana. Too long, too obvious. You carry a shorter blade, a ninjato, if you carry a sword at all. Most of the time, a knife is enough. Kusarigama, a chain with a sickle. Useful for climbing, tripping people, and looking absolutely terrifying. Your real weapons are chemistry and deception. You carry blinding powders, smoke bombs, poisons, and metsubushi, eye irritants made from ashes and pepper. You know which plants cause paralysis, which mushrooms cause hallucinations, which compounds explode when mixed. You can forge official seals, copy handwriting, and create false documents. You can impersonate officials well enough to walk into castles and give fake orders. Your greatest weapon is that nobody suspects you. The merchant selling rice, the monk asking for alms, the servant cleaning the halls. That's you, invisible in plain sight. Here's what the stories don't tell you. This life destroys you. You have no identity. You've been so many people that you sometimes forget who you actually are. Your real name feels foreign in your mouth. You catch yourself maintaining cover even when you're alone. You can't have relationships. How do you explain your job? I'm frequently gone for months. I can't tell you where I go or what I do, and I might come home covered in blood. Still want to get married? Some shinobi have families. Cover families. Another layer of the lie. You wonder if your spouse actually loves you or the person you're pretending to be. Your social status is dirt. Samurai despise you. You're not honorable. You don't fight fair. You use poison and deception instead of skill and courage. Peasants fear you. You're the thing parents use to scare children. Behave or the shinobi will take you. You exist outside the social order. You're not samurai, not peasant, not merchant. You're just other. Useful but contemptible. The paranoia never stops. You've betrayed so many people that you assume everyone will betray you. You can't trust your employers. They might eliminate you to tie up loose ends. You can't trust other shinobi. They might be working for someone else now. You sleep lightly. You check your food for poison. Ironic, considering your profession. You keep escape routes planned everywhere you go. And one day, you'll fail. Maybe you get caught. Maybe you get too old, too slow. Maybe someone better replaces you. Maybe your employer decides you know too much. There's no retirement plan for shinobi. You don't get a pension and a nice farm. You work until you die, and you probably die badly. So that's your life as a shinobi. You're not a hero. You're not even really a warrior. You're a tool, highly trained, extremely effective, and ultimately disposable. You've mastered arts that took decades to learn. You've survived missions that should have killed you. You've altered the course of history from the shadows, and nobody will ever know your name. The samurai get the glory. They get the songs, the honor, the respect. They fight in the daylight with their names on banners. You fight in the dark, alone, unnamed. But you won the wars they took credit for. You toppled the lords they served. You changed Japan, one quiet death at a time. The legends will call you supernatural. They'll say you could turn invisible, walk through walls, transform into animals. The truth is simpler and somehow more impressive. You were just human, highly trained, deeply committed, and willing to sacrifice everything, your identity, your honor, your soul, to complete the mission. And that's scarier than any magic could ever be.